Now you can hear the read-along version of this story. When you hear this sound, turn the page. And when you hear this music, a new chapter is about to begin.
The Billy Goat's Gruff. Chapter 1. On the Farm.
We're the Gruff brothers.
Once upon a time, 3 billy goats lived on a farm in the shadow of a mountain. They were brothers, and their last name was Gruff. Beanie was the youngest. He was small and skinny, always hungry.
Watch out!
And always in trouble. Bertie was the middle brother. He was crazy about sports.
Oops.
Biffa was the oldest. He was big and strong and looked after his brothers. Stop fighting, you two.
Yeah, whatever. Isn't he great?
Chapter 2. Time to go. One winter, there was very little food on the farm.
I'm so hungry,
Moaned Beanie.
I've only eaten a piece of hay today.
Fibber, said Bertie.
I saw you at the clothesline earlier. You ate 2 socks and a shirt. Clothes don't count.
Biffa was worried. I think it's time we made a move, he said. We'll starve if we stay here.
Where will we go?
Asked Beanie. To the juicy fields beyond the hills, Biffa replied. No one lives there, so we'll have plenty of food. We just have to cross the rushing river. Bertie looked terrified.
We can't go over the river, he cried. That's where the terrible troll lives. He's got eyes like saucers and a nose as long as a poker. He's huge and green, said Beanie. He'll gobble us up.
Don't be silly, Biffa said. There's no such thing as trolls. That's farmyard talk. Just think of the juicy fields. Chapter 3. Setting off. The Billy Goat's Gruff spent a week preparing for their adventure. Biffa found an old map to show them the way. A goat's guide to the mountainside. Farm, dark forest, rushing river, bridge. Legend says a troll lives here. Hills, juicy fields, mountains. Then Beanie and Bertie had to learn to climb up hills. Oof! Beanie was better at coming down. After a few days, they were both excellent climbers. Look at me!
Show off!
Finally, the brothers had to pack for their journey. Things we need: map, compass, hay, water, ball. At last, the Billy Goat's Gruff were ready to set off. All the other farm animals came to say goodbye. Good luck.
Bye, Beanie. Don't forget us.
The younger animals wanted to go too, but the older ones shook their heads.
Let's hope they make it past the bridge,
they muttered. Chapter 4. Into the Forest. Bertie and Beanie were still dreaming of the juicy fields as they left the farm. Ahead of them loomed the dark forest.
I'm not sure I want to go in there,
said Beanie. We'll be fine, said Biffa, as long as we stick together.
What's that thudding noise?
It's Bertie's ball. The billy goats trotted along the path. The only sound was the tap-tap-tapping of their hooves on the forest floor. Suddenly, a thick mist swirled around them. I can hardly see my feet. Beanie shivered.
I don't like this forest. It's spooky, he said. Do you think there might be ghosts here?
Yes, said Bertie with a grin. Lots of ghosts, and, more than anything, ghosts like scaring little billy goats.
Ooh! Ah!
Shut up, Bertie, said Biffa sternly. Stop scaring Beanie. The billy goats walked on in silence.
Biffa,
Beanie said after a while. Yes, Beanie?
I think someone's following us. Listen.
The billy goats stopped and listened. They strained their ears and heard a thumping sound. It grew louder with every second.
Oh no!
Shrieked Beanie.
Look behind us!
A strange shape was coming down the path, and it was heading straight for them.
It's a ghost!
Run! Cried Bertie. Run for your lives! Before Biffa could stop them, Beanie and Bertie had raced off down the path. We've got to stick together! Come back! Biffa shouted. It's not a ghost, it's a... Biffa waited as the shape slowly appeared out of the mist.